of F4J20 engine. Install the piston cooling nozzles. Install the piston cooling nozzle bolt tightening torque 7 plus and minus 1 Newton meters. Apply a small amount of lubricating oil at mounting position of crankshaft bearing shell. Replace the crankshaft bearing shell assembly. Carefully install crankshaft bearing upper shell, and notch of each main bearing upper shell should be aligned with cylinder block. Oil passage hole on crankshaft main bearing upper shell should be aligned with oil passage hole on cylinder block after installation. Selecting method of crankshaft bearing shell. 1. Related letter marks are available on cylinder block consisting of A, B, C, D, such as BBBBB in mark. Each letter from left to right is corresponding to the size of each cylinder block main bearing hole. First letter B indicates the first main bearing hole and the fifth letter B indicates the fifth main bearing hole. Type A for red shell, B for blue shell, C for yellow shell, D for black shell. 2. Related letter marks are available on first balancer block at front-ended crankshaft consisting of A, B and C, D, such as BBBBC in mark. Each letter from left to right is corresponding to the size of each crankshaft main journal. First letter B indicates the first main journal, and the fifth letter C indicates the fifth main journal. Type A for red shell, B for blue shell, C for yellow shell, D for black shell. Main bearing hole. Main journal classification method for main bearing shell. Selection method for main bearing shell. Install the crankshaft thrust washers. Hint: the side without groove should face cylinder block side, while the other side with groove should face crankshaft side. Apply a small amount of oil at mounting position of crankshaft. Install the F4J20 crankshaft assembly. Apply a small amount of oil at crankshaft journal. Install the crankshaft bearing upper shell. Install 5 main bearing caps. Install 10 bolts of main bearing cap in order. Tightening torque. First step is 60 plus and minus 5 Newton meters. Second step is 1 120 degrees plus and minus 5 degrees. Install the piston rings. First compression ring of piston ring. Second compression ring. Third compression ring and upper and lower rails. Pay attention that the sides with work with first compression ring 1 and second compression ring 2 face upward. Apply a small amount of engine oil to piston ring groove and piston. When installing the oil ring, first install the expander into oil groove. Then install upper. And lower rails with opening staggered by 90 degrees from the expander. And the upper and lower rails at 180 degrees. Then install the second compression ring. Install the first compression ring finally with 2 compression rings staggered by 90 degrees from upper rail opening. The piston ring should rotate in the ring groove freely without any stuck condition. Install the connecting rod shell assembly. Classification method for connecting rod big and full. Connecting rod journal. Connecting rod shell selection method for connecting rod bearing shell. Hint: related letter marks are available on connecting rod bearing shell cap. Select related connecting rod bearing upper shell according to marks. Related digital marks are available on first balancer at front-ended crankshaft consisting of 1, 2, 3, and 4, such as 3,334 on first balancer at front-ended crankshaft shown in illustration. First digit 3 is for lower shell type of cylinder 1 piston connecting rod bearing, and so on. Fourth digit 4 is for lower shell type of cylinder 4 piston connecting rod bearing. Type 1 for red shell, 2 for blue shell, 3 for yellow shell, 4 for black shell. Hint: apply a proper amount of engine oil to connecting rod bearing shell inner surface before installation. Back-sided connecting rod bearing shell should be clean without any foreign matter during assembly. Carefully install the connecting rod bearing upper shell in direction of arrow, and keep notch of each connecting rod bearing upper shell face the cutout of connecting rod bearing cap. Carefully install connecting rod bearing lower shell in direction of arrow. And keep notch of each connecting rod bearing lower shell face to cut out of connecting rod bearing cap. Rotate crankshaft to top dead of center of cylinder 1 and cylinder 4. Apply a coat of engine oil to piston surface and cylinder inner wall. Install piston connecting rod assembly to cylinder with piston installer. To front marks on piston and connecting rod during assembly, without being reversed. Caution. 1. When installing the piston, pay attention to the opening position of gas ring and oil ring, and do not put the opening on the same side. 2. Using a piston installer, the gas ring and oil ring are stuck and slowly inserted into the cylinder block, which requires lubrication on the inner wall of the cylinder block. Install connecting rod bearing caps in place. And install connecting rod bearing cap fixing bolts. Tighten connecting rod bearing cap fixing bolts to fixed torque. Torque. First step is 25 plus or minus 3 Newton meters. Second step is 90 degrees plus or minus 5 degrees. Hint. Apply a small amount of engine lubricant to connecting rods. Connecting rod bearing caps and thread joint surfaces. Fix crankshaft to timing position with a crankshaft timing tool. Install the timing gear dowel pin. Install the timing gear and linings. Install connecting bracket. Tighten fork fixing bolt of connecting bracket. Torque. 83 Newton meters. Reset the balance shaft assembly. Rotate balance shaft gear to mark point position. Insert balance shaft tightening special tool EPT0027 into locating hole to secure outside gear. Clamp 2 gears with needle nose pliers. Gently clamp in force to a tooth position to maintain fit to the balance shaft tightening special tool EPT0027 to push inward. Insert balance shaft tightening special tool EPT0027 fully at this time. Tightening of balance shaft is completed. Press the balance shaft housing and against the lower end face of cylinder block firmly. Install 5 fixing bolts. And tighten the fixing bolts to the specified torque in order. Torque. 45 plus or minus 5 Newton meters. After installation, pull out the balance shaft tightening tool. Install the oil pump assembly. Install 3 fixing bolts of oil pump tightening torque 8 Newton meters plus 3 degrees. Install the oil pump chain assembly and gear assembly. Install and tighten fixing bolt of oil pump upper gear. Install fixing bolt and oil pump guide rail. Use the tool to tighten the chain guide rail. Install the oil pump cover. Using a special tool to install valve oil seal. Caution, soak valve oil seal in oil for several minutes before installing valve oil seal. Install 8 intake valves and exhaust valves in order. Install 16 springs of intake valve and exhaust valve in order. Using a valve spring compressor, compress valve spring to a position so that valve cotter can be installed. Install valve cotter with valve cotter installer. Apply a small amount of engine oil to the cylinder gasket evenly. Install the cylinder gasket. Install the F4J20 cylinder cover assembly. Install and tighten 10 fixing bolts of cylinder cover assembly. From center to sides, 35 plus or minus 5 Newton meters. Second step, rotate bolts clockwise by 90 degrees plus or minus 5 degrees in tightening order. Third step, rotate bolts clockwise by 90 degrees plus or minus 5 degrees in tightening order again. Install the first bearing upper cap. Install the rotary drum. Install the high pressure oil pump. Install 2 bolts of high pressure oil pump, tightening torque 13 plus or minus 1 Newton meters. Install hydraulic lifter components on intake and exhaust sides. Install the exhaust camshaft assembly. Install the intake camshaft assembly. Apply a small amount of engine oil to intake. Exhaust camshaft journals. Install intake. Exhaust camshaft bearing caps and bolts, tightening torque 20 plus 3 Newton meters. Install the first bearing upper cap. Install 2 fixing bolts of first bearing upper cap, tightening torque 8 plus or minus 3 Newton meters. Install the camshaft timing tool to secure intake. Exhaust camshafts. Install exhaust phaser assembly and fixing bolts. Do not tighten the bolts. Install intake phaser assembly and fixing bolts. Do not tighten the bolts. Install timing chain nozzle and tighten fixing bolts. Install the timing chain assembly. Install fixing guide rail assembly. Install and tighten 2 tightening bolts. Tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Install hexagon flange bolt and movable guide rail assembly. And tighten the bolt, tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Install hydraulic tensioner assembly. Install and tighten 2 tightening bolts, tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Install 2 hexagon flange bolts and upper chain guide rail assembly, tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Use a wrench to hold intake camshaft and tighten fixing bolt. Tightening torque, first step 60 plus or minus 3 Newton meters. Second step, clockwise rotation angle 95 degrees plus or minus 5 degrees. Use a wrench to hold exhaust camshaft and tighten fixing bolt. Tightening torque, first step 60 plus or minus 3 Newton meters. Second step, clockwise rotation angle 95 degrees plus or minus 5 degrees. Remove the camshaft timing tool. Unplug the timing tensioner pin. Apply seal gum to connection between timing chain cover and engine. Insert oil pump solenoid valve connector into timing chain cover. Install the timing chain cover. Install and tighten 18 fixing bolts of timing chain cover, tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Apply seal gum to connection between cylinder block and oil pan. Install the oil pan. Install and tighten 18 fixing bolts of oil pan, tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus or minus 3 degrees. Install and tighten pipe connector, tightening torque 50 Newton meters. plus or minus 5 degrees. Install rear oil seal bracket and 9 fixing bolts. Install cylinder head cover. Install and tighten 18 fixing bolts of cylinder head cover. Install the intake, exhaust camshaft position sensors. Install fixing bolt of intake, exhaust camshaft position sensors. Take exhaust sight as an example here. Install 4 ignition coil assemblies. Install and tighten 2 fixing bolts of cylinder 1 ignition coil, tightening torque 8 plus or minus 3 Newton meters. Install ignition coils of other 3 cylinders in the same method. Install the torsion shock absorber assembly. Install and tighten fixing bolt of torsion absorber. Tightening torque, first step 180 plus and min 10 Newton meters. Second step 150 degrees plus and minus 5 degrees. Install idler pulley and tighten fixing bolt, tightening torque 20 Newton meters. Plus and minus 5 degrees. Install the idler pulley bolt block cover. Install alternator belt tensioner. And tighten 2 fixing bolts. Tightening torque 20 Newton meters. Plus and minus 5 degrees. Install exhaust camshaft phaser solenoid valve. And tighten 2 fixing bolts, tightening torque 8 plus and minus 3 Newton meters. Use the same method to install intake camshaft phaser solenoid valve. Install the turbocharger washer. Install the turbocharger assembly. Install and tighten 4 high temperature fixing bolts of turbocharger. Tightening torque 33 plus and minus 3 Newton meters. Install the oil return pipe washer. Install and tighten 3 fixing bolts of turbocharger oil return pipe, tightening torque 25 plus and minus 5 Newton meters. Water pipe assembly and tighten the clamp. Install and tighten 2 hollow bolts and washer of turbocharger oil supply pipe, tightening torque 25 plus and minus 5 Newton meters. Install and tighten fixing bolt between cylinder block and turbocharger oil supply pipe. Tightening torque 8 Newton meters, plus and minus 3 degrees. Install and tighten 2 fixing bolts of cooling water pipe assembly. Tightening torque 8 Newton meters, plus and minus 3 degrees. Install the cooling water hose assembly and tighten the clamp. Remove the crankshaft locating tool. Install and tighten crankshaft positioning pin mounting bolt. Install and tighten oil pressure sensor, tightening torque 12 to 15 Newton meters. Install knock sensor assembly and bracket. And tighten 2 fixing bolts, tightening torque 20 plus and minus 3 Newton meters. Install compressor on bracket. Install and tighten fork fixing bolts of compressor, tightening torque 25 plus and minus 3 Newton meters. Install the oil cooler assembly. Tighten 6 fixing bolts on oil cooler in order shown in illustration, tightening torque 8 Newton meters plus and minus 3 degrees. Install switch water pump module assembly. Install and tighten 5 fixing bolts of switch water pump module assembly. Tightening torque 20 plus and minus 3 Newton meters. Connect oil cooler inlet water pipe and fix the clamp. Install the oil dipstick tube. Install fixing bolt of oil dipstick tube. Tightening torque 8 Newton meters. Plus and minus 3 degrees. Install the high pressure oil rail assembly. Install and tighten fork fixing bolts of high pressure oil rail. Tightening torque 13 plus and minus 1 Newton meters. Connect the high pressure oil pipe. Install and tighten 2 fixing nut and fixing bolt of high pressure oil pipe. Tightening torque 30 plus and minus 2 Newton meters. Install alternator assembly. Install and tighten 2 fixing bolts of alternator. Tightening torque 40 Newton meters plus and minus 5 degrees. Install the intake manifold assembly. Install and tighten 5 fixing bolts of intake manifold. Tightening torque 20 Newton meters plus and minus 5 degrees. Install the V-rib belt to a proper position. Loosen alternator belt tensioner with a tool, and install the V-rib belt.